Hello everyone, today's March 30th, 2010. I'm on my lunch break at work, heading over to get some silver at the coin shop. This morning I listened to an interview of an Andrew Maguire that everyone needs to listen to on King World News. If you haven't heard it, it's going to totally blow you away. I mean, the manipulation that Ted Butler's been talking about is totally just come out. This London metals trader, he totally lays it all out in the interview. It's totally amazing. And then I believe this happened, this interview must have taken place like on Friday, because over the weekend the whistleblower was in a attempted murder, hit and run. Car sideswiped, I guess, him and his wife, and they ended up in the hospital, and they caught the guy, but they didn't release the name. But he hit two other cars after hitting them trying to get away, and then they had the cops and the helicopters and everything to catch this guy. So, you know, it's pretty incredible what's happening. I mean, he talks about the COMEX being drained if everyone requests their physical silver. It just doesn't exist. There's like 100 to 1 paper. So it's totally amazing what's happening. I can't believe it's happening now, but it is. I mean, we're on the cusp of the biggest fraud in history. I mean, the biggest scam in history. We're talking about a $6 trillion market, and if it's got that much leverage, 1,100 to 1 on paper to physical, I mean, this whole thing's going to blow up. So, you know, I'm picking up some more silver. You're going to look at some other ways, transfer some money around, pick up even more silver, because, you know, the silver is going to have to readjust the price of it. I mean, when this whole thing blows up, I mean, this is so big. I mean, I can't even imagine it right now. But everybody needs to listen to the interview of Andrew Maguire on King World News. Do yourself a favor. It'll just totally blow your mind. I mean, every American citizen should listen to it. But I don't know if they're all going to understand it, what they're talking about, but they should understand the gist of it. They might not be into, you know, trading and futures trading and all that and stuff, but, you know, everyone's got to see this. So that's it for now. I'll maybe be able to film on the way back. That's it. Bye. Okay, everyone, heading back to work, picked up some silver, talked to the guy who owns the gold and silver shop, and he was aware of what had been going on, the meetings at the CFTC, and he had heard about Mr. Maguire, the London metals trader, but he hadn't heard that he was in a hit and run over the weekend, so he thought that was quite interesting. He says he's been talking to people for years about the manipulation in the silver markets, and you know, he's thinking that when this totally blows up, it should double the price of silver. Now, if we're talking 100 to 1, we could be talking hundreds of dollars an ounce of silver. I mean, I don't know for sure, but think about how big this is. This could be the biggest fraud in the history of, you know, the financial world. So, anyway, got to check out that interview at King World News with the London metals trader. I believe it was before he was in the hit and run. We're sending him and his wife to the hospital. Check that out, and that's it for now. Almost back to work. Do a little pricing here. Talk to y'all later. Bye. One thing I forgot to mention that was in the interview on King World News is that Bill Murphy from GATA, after he gave his testimony at the hearings on the end of last week, you know, there were a lot of news outlets that wanted to interview him, and I haven't seen him interviewed. I'm sure someone put a stop to that. This is too big for him to be talking about it on, you know, the alphabet channels or Fox, CNN, any of those. I mean, it's amazing that this is going on, but the general public doesn't know about it. As far as, you know, only the people that pay attention to the the metal markets. I mean, I don't believe that they've been on one of the major networks. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen it. So that's pretty interesting in itself.